this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Pro Football Show. I'm your host, Juice, and today we're going to be recapping the Eagles-Vikings, and we'll also be predicting and previewing this Week 2, the games for Week 2 here. And so, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So last night, we'll start off with the Vikings-Eagles game. Overall, it was a pretty good game, a little sloppy, a lot of turnovers. The Vikings, I think, had 4 fumbles. And Eagles had that interception that Hurts threw over the middle. But, it was like I said, pretty sloppy game overall, I thought. The Eagles, to me, didn't look like the team I thought that was going to show up. I know they got some new coordinators, so they're still trying to figure it out. But, their offense just still couldn't – at least their pass game couldn't get going. The run game was awesome. DeAndre Swift looked like a stud last night. The offensive line was making gaping holes for him. He had like 133 yards before contact. So the offensive line was pushing him around a little bit. But Jalen Hurts and them got to get it figured out. Devontae Smith had a pretty good game. I know A.J. Brown was getting upset. I don't think it's a big deal like people are trying to make it out to be. He's one of the leaders of the team. He's one of the best players on the team. He just feels like he probably needs to be involved a little bit when they're struggling. That's probably where their frustration's coming from. Hey, we're struggling. Get me the ball. I can make us better is what I got from that. But I guess we'll wait and see. I don't think it's going to be a lingering issue in any way. But, the Eagles got the win. We got that one right last night. The Vikings are their offense, Kirk Cousins is definitely not to blame for their struggles like he usually is. He looked pretty good. He did have that one fumble, but again, coming off his backside, not really his fault. Josh Sweat got to him. Darius Slay should have had a couple interceptions, I thought, that he dropped, but Justin Jefferson had a good game. Kirk Cousins had a good game. I mean, we talked about this in our preview for the year, They got rid of Dalvin Cook, and now they can't run the ball to save their lives. I thought it was a terrible choice by them to get rid of Dalvin Cook, but here we are. They got to live with that. The Vikings don't have an easy schedule coming up, so they're going to have a tough road getting up. I've seen, trade rumors for Kirk Cousins. I mean, if he does get traded, I wouldn't be surprised, but I'd also don't see that happening. It's a lot of money to take on for a team, but, if the Jets want to get him, go get him, I guess. But I saw where Aaron Rodgers said anything's possible. I don't see him coming back this year, but he said anything's possible. He might be more motivated to come back at the end of the year here if they can get a push to make the playoffs or something. But, so I just overall thought the Eagles, they still got to get this figured out. Their defense didn't look that great overall. Their Jalen Carter, of course, looked great. I mean, he played 50% of the snaps and had 8 or some pressure or something like that. It was an insane number. He looks great. But the injuries for the Eagles are starting to pile up here early on. Avonte Maddox might be out for the year, so that's not good for them. So they still got a lot to figure out. Hopefully they can get this offense going next week at the Bucks. They got they got a little bit more off time to figure it out, get on the same page with these new coordinators. So hopefully they can get something going here. I still think they're a top team in the NFC. It's just if they want to compete for the Super Bowl again, they're definitely going to have to get better because the 49ers and Cowboys both look really good right now, obviously, but we'll wait and see what happens. It's a long season. And even if your team is struggling right now, there's still hope to get it figured out. Even for the Vikings, they may figure it out and get it put together, but right now it's not looking too hopeful for the Vikings. They got a difficult schedule ahead of them, so we should see. All right, let's go ahead and jump into these predictions here. For this week 2, we got some good games, some division games, some AFC games, let's just go ahead and jump into it. We got the Raiders at the Bills, a home opener here for the Bills. There are -8 favorites. That's a lot of points. That is a lot of points, but I think I'm gonna take the Bills -8 here because I feel like the Bills are gonna come out on fire here. We watched them struggle last week, but I think Josh Allen's ready to put on a show and put that past him, or behind him. I'm taking the Bills here. I think they're going to have a good game. Him and Stephon Diggs probably together both have a very big game, and it's in Buffalo. We know how the Bills fans are, so they'll be ready to show up and show out for this team. We don't know what the Raiders are going to be yet, but They won last week. I just don't see them winning this week, and I feel like the Bills are going to pour it on because they got some frustration to take out. So that's who I'm riding with. I'm riding with Josh Allen and the Bills -8. Next up, we have the Ravens at the Bengals. Again, not a good start for the Bengals last week. Their offense looked absolutely horrific. And another division game back-to-back is not a way to start the season. And if you start 0-2 in your division, it's not looking good. Man, this is a tough one for me. The Cincinnati Bengals are -3 favorites right now. But, man, that's Cincinnati too. I know the Cincinnati fans are going to show up, but this is a tough one for me. I'm not sure. Zay Flowers looked good last week. Odell's trying to get back into the rhythm. You know, he had a year off, so it's going to take him some time to get it going again. But, man, I'm going to ride with the Ravens on this one at +3. I think the Ravens get it done. Bengals start 0-2, which is not good for them in their division. I very could be wrong. Like I said, Joe Burrow might have something to prove, just like Josh Allen. He might come out and just throw all over the Ravens. But as of right now, I'm taking the Ravens. I'm taking the Ravens +3. Part of me wants to take the Bengals, but I think the Ravens find a way to get it done. This week's tough too because some teams that we thought were good are probably not going to look as good as they did last week. You know, so don't be shocked if you see some of these teams that did not look great last week and come out and look like a whole new team. And the Bengals definitely could be one of those. And then up next, we have the Chiefs at the Jaguars, traveling down to Jacksonville in that heat. Again, Chiefs it's not a favorable schedule for them to open the season here. The Chiefs are 3.5-point favorites in Jacksonville. They played last year in the playoffs. Man, I want to pick the Jags here. I think the Chiefs could still win this game, but I think they'll keep it close. It'll probably be a field goal win. This is going to be a good game. This might be one of the better games. Travis Kelce's back. Chris Jones is back, so the Chiefs don't have any more excuses this week. I'm going to ride with the Jaguars at +3.5. I'm going to give you the points here. I think they keep it close. And if not, I wouldn't be surprised if Jacksonville even wins this game. But it's going to be tough to beat the Chiefs coming off a loss. Andy Reid probably put a lot together. He had a lot of time to prepare for this game. Oh, dang, he did. You know what? I think I'm going to change my pick here, actually. I just thought about that. Andy Reid had extra time. I think they get it put together here. Travis Kelce's back. Yeah, I'm going to take the Chiefs -3.5, actually. I think the Jags might pull it off, but yeah, I can't count out Andy Reid with the extra time, and they get their weapon back. So Chris Jones is back as well. Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, I'm going to take the Chiefs -3.5 here, I think. And then we have the Chargers traveling to Tennessee, West Coast team, doing a 1 o'clock slate. The Chargers are only 2.5-point favorites. I'm riding with the Chargers on this one. They're both 0-1. Chargers looked really good last week. They just ran into a tough opponent in the Dolphins. Tennessee couldn't score to save their life. So, yeah, this is easy. -2.5-point favorites, or the 2.5-point favorites for the Chargers. I'm taking them. So it looks like we're leaning heavily on the favorites so far besides the Bengals. Let's see if that will change. And then we got the Packers at the Falcons. This is another interesting one to me. Atlanta is 1.5-point favorites as we stand right now. And this is going to be a good game, but I think I've been doubtful of the Packers, obviously, all offseason. I was wrong. I think this is going to be a good game. Give me the Packers +1.5. I'll take them on the points here. I think the Packers find a way to get this done. If their offense plays like they did last week, they'll be just fine. But the Falcons' defense looked good too, man. Dang. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the Packers on this one. I think the Packers get it done. I think they find a way to win this one. Yeah. And then we have the Seahawks at the Lions. And the Lions are 4.5-point favorites. Seattle doesn't have a favorable start here either. Dang, they need this win. But the Lions seem to be having they seem to have it going right now. They had extra rest time as well from that opening kickoff game. 4.5 points is a lot. But I think the Lions cover here. I think the Lions win this game. Seattle just did not. I mean, they did play a division opponent, so again, it's hard to tell what they're going to be. So I'm not sure They could come out and look like a different team. You know how it is when they play division games. Last week, it was the Rams. The Rams always give them a hard time. I think I saw a stat where I think Geno Smith threw like 8 or something interceptions last year, and 5 of them were to the Rams. So they struggle with the Rams. So they very well could come out here and put this one. They might get a win here. Actually, I think I just talked myself into the Seahawks. I think I'm going to take the Seahawks on points. Yeah. I'm going to take the Seahawks plus 4.5. I think the Seahawks find a way to get this done. They might win. I don't think they win, but they're definitely at least going to cover this. I think it's going to be a close game. Dang. It was because you can't base Seattle off of a division game. We all we always say it. Division games are tough. They know each other so well. It's hard to get anything going against them on division games. So I'm taking the Seahawks plus 4.5. Give me the Seahawks. And then we have, this is another interesting one. The Colts at the Texans. Houston's a 1-point favorite. Colts actually looked pretty good against the Jaguars last week. Colts opened up with a back-to-back division game too. That's crazy. Give me the Colts plus 1. I think the Colts will probably win this game. Houston's still trying to figure it all out and put it together. Anthony Richardson looked good last week. This will be an interesting battle between the rookie quarterbacks in the division. Let's see what they have going for the future. But yeah, I think I'm going to take the Colts here plus 1. It's going to be could go either way, honestly, on that one. And then I think this is our last 1 o'clock game. It is the Bears at the Buccaneers. This is another hard one to pick because, I didn't expect the Buccaneers to be anything. They pulled off that win last week against the Vikings. The Bears looked abysmal. They did not look good. Shoot, this is a tough one. I'm taking the Bears plus 2.5 here. I like the Bears to win. I think the Bears win this game. I still don't think the Vikings are very good, and I don't think that the Buccaneers are very good. Well, the Bears aren't the greatest team, but I think they find a way to get this one done down in Tampa in their home opener. But dang, yeah, give me the Bears plus 2.5. And the next one is the kickoff for the 4 o'clock games here. We got the Giants at the Cardinals. Give me the Giants minus 4.5. Because the Giants got something to prove. Cardinals aren't that good. They played a close game last week, closer than I thought it would be. But I'm taking the Giants here. I think they're going to they're going to come out and try to prove a point that they're not as bad as what they displayed on Sunday Night Football. So give me the Giants plus 4. Or minus 4.5, sorry. The next game, another division game. These division games are tough. 49ers at the Rams. San Francisco is a touchdown favorite. That is a lot of points. But I'm still riding with the 49ers. They're one of the best teams in the NFC. So I'm taking the Niners minus 7 here. I think they win this pretty easily. And then we have the Jets at the Cowboys. Dallas is 9-point favorite. That's a lot of points. Give me the Jets plus 9. That's a lot of points. I think the Cowboys obviously win this game without Aaron Rodgers playing. It should be a pretty easy win for them. But yeah, give me the Jets plus 9. And then the Commanders at the Broncos. Oh, I'm surprised here. The Broncos open up as the favorite at 3.5 points. I'm gonna take the Commanders here. Commanders didn't look great last week against the Cardinals, but I think they're gonna hopefully look a little bit better. It's at Denver though, so that is a problem. But I think they keep it close, so I'll take the Commanders plus 3.5. Ooh, and then another division game for Sunday Night Football: Dolphins at the Patriots. Dolphins are 3-point favorites. Give me the Dolphins. I think they win this game. They got too much firepower on offense. The Patriots have a great defense. Don't get me wrong. But that offense, no one can keep up with Tyreek Hill. He's literally one of the best receivers in the league. So, yeah, I think the Dolphins win that one. Even though, like I said, it's a division game. So, anything can happen, but it's in New England. But I'm taking the Dolphins. I like the Dolphins a lot this year. I think they're going to be good. So, I'm taking them. All right, that's going to wrap up our predictions for week number 2 heading into this week, football week. There's 2 games on Monday, and we'll get into those on Monday. But for now, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know who you guys see winning. What's your favorite game of the week? Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And yeah, I'll see y'all on Monday. Enjoy football this weekend. There's a lot of good games, college and professional. So hope y'all are enjoying this football season so far. And I'll see y'all on Monday. Have a good one.